So this is a follow-up video for the previous Excel t-test one, and it's about showing you the other option for doing t-tests within Excel, and that's using the data analysis plugin. Now at the moment you can see that I have a data analysis plugin sitting in my data tab, and the way you activate that is if you go into options, and this is Excel 2010 but it's broadly similar for any of the later versions. Go to add-ins, manage Excel add-ins and hit go, and then you just tick the boxes you want and the boxes you don't want, and then once you hit OK they'll pop up for you. Okay, so that's what I've done to get this data analysis button up and available for me. So if I click that button, I will actually get a nice drop down list of lots of different options that I can do. One of them is descriptive statistics, which enables me to calculate things like the mean, median very quickly and very practically automatically. But we're going to focus on specifically the t-test in this case. So as you remember from the previous video, we had a t-test with two samples, so we have two independent populations, and we assumed equal variances, and our standard deviations are close enough that that's probably the case. So when I hit OK, it gives me options, and I have a variety of options, and you'll notice they're similar to when you type in the formula. We have variable 1 range, so that's my first variable, so I'll pick treated in this case. And then I'll pick controls for variable B or variable 2. We can put in a hypothesis mean difference if we want. So what do we suspect that the difference would be? It doesn't require you to do this. So you see it also has the alpha value, which is basically the likelihood of making a wrong decision. Okay, so we need to be below that threshold of significance to get what we want. So we're going to compare our p-value effectively to that output. And then you can pick about your output options. So I'm going to output this on the same actual worksheet, but you can have the output to a new worksheet. So if you want to automatically generate a separate worksheet for each of your analysis. So I'll pick my output range, and I'm going to start it in cell E3. Okay. Now I've got everything in I need. I don't need to put in labels because I haven't selected the first row which I have labels in. I'm going to hit OK, and pretty much instantaneously you'll see a bunch of results and numbers pop up. So you'll see very quickly I have all of my results here with lots of extra decimal places that I don't need. You have the mean, you have the variance of each one. Now the variance is probably far enough apart that we may need to do that t-test assuming unequal variance in this case. Okay, but you can see that we do have one-tailed and two-tailed results, and if you remember from last week we did have a value of about 1.6 by 10 to the minus 6, so it's broadly similar to that. Now we can do exactly the same test for unequal variances. Okay, so we'll pick our result, our data sets. Now the reason I'm doing this is to show you that it will be slightly different, and it will happen very, very quickly. And we want to put our new data on the same worksheet so we can actually see it together. And I'll hit OK again, and it comes out pretty much immediately again. Now you can see if I highlight the two t-test results in this god-awful yellow, you'll see that there are slight differences, but on the whole they are still very, very low, and you wouldn't expect any difference from this. You would expect them to be very, very low. So this is one very, very quick way of getting a lot of information about those particular samples using that data analysis toolkit.